Welcome, I'm Jordan, and I'm a psychic medium. Many know me as JoJo or JoJo Empathic. Thank you for joining me today. Let's talk about God. You must understand that you define your spirituality. No one can explain that for you. You define who God is. No one can define that for you. Religion has both positives and negatives. Religion gives people hope, a sense of morality, and faith in a higher power. Religious communities provide major outreach. In my opinion, from my experience giving readings, I've learned that religion has done more harm than good. Many modern religions today are not the original versions leading people out of truth, and it's used as a tool to control the collective. As a medical intuitive, I see religion as producing a lot of shame, guilt, hate, and anger that gets trapped in the human energy field. Clearing and healing may be a more long-term, effective transformer of the soul than hell or prison. One can detach from the perspectives of God according to someone else. Walk in their authentic truth, not according to someone else's world or word, and begin to develop their own spiritual practices, ideology, and beliefs on all that is within the great universal truths. We come to Earth to find this unique expression of our spirits and creative vortexes. Who God is, why you're here. These are questions for you to soul search and answer. You begin to have enlightenment when you walk the path of a creator or creatrix. You are divine. You are love. Enlightenment comes when we can regulate our energy fields from our minds and hearts. Amid a storm, you can find the spark of light within you and transform your inner and outer worlds. Experience peace by focusing on your breath. You create your truths. Don't be afraid to start a new religion, to start a new belief system of who God is. This is why you're here. Create from love wisely your universe. There's a lot of fear around change. And a lot of times we, as humans, like to stick to the same patterns that are already here for us, because it's easier. Change is unknown and uncomfortable, and another reason why we resist it. When we resist change, it puts blockages within our fields. Stay in a free-flowing state. When one awakens and decides to question the religion or ideologies that were instilled in them, leaving a religion that was in childhood as an adult can feel like mourning. You may feel angry that you were lied to. There's also that potential for judgment from all of those around us, counting on us to be religious, law-obeying people. Stepping away from one's family belief system can feel like breaking a family law and can feel heartbreaking at first. Then you realize truth is true love. Follow the tunnels of consciousness higher and higher in your awareness. How God has come about is up to you to define, and when you tap into other dimensions and realities, you can begin to learn new truths that are beneficial for you to know. It's important to understand that multiple truths can exist at one time, just as multiple realities can exist at one time. All of the dimensions are within you through brain states and heart frequencies. So whether you believe that God is a void of space that has divided itself out into us, or when you think of God, you think of the darkness in a woman's womb or a witch's black kettle. Something that's a void births creation. Creation is created from this darkness. Whether you believe that God started with an empty womb or a big bang, an explosion of source, or if you believe that God started as a void of thought, we became through thought. It's like you have this void, this space, and it develops and it divides itself, and along the way, it creates more energy. And this energy begins to have more power, more matter. This energy source begins to have more consciousness and awareness of itself continually. Think of the source of energy as like the sun, a big infinite source of infinite potential. So when there is one, there can be the desire for two. Source divides. There are many beings within the galaxies, within the universe, and this includes otherworldly beings. Aside from Earth, on Earth we came in. However you believe, whether it's through a woman or it's through just like a void, a human breaking through, or you believe that maybe we evolved from insects or animals or whatever it is that you believe, stay true to your word. But we do know, based on science, that the humanoid originated in Africa, filled with source, filled with spirit. African DNA and the rich and natural resources that Africa produces have always been of immense value across the galaxy and beyond. Eve. 1. When we divide into the third dimension, there is an illusion of separation. We are limited in our consciousness. There is lack here, and that doesn't feel very good. Here, within the galaxy, there's a larger story at play. And so here on Earth, I believe that there was a hybridization program that took place, and that still is. When we think of like in vitro fertilization and test tube babies and IVF and this sort of genetic manipulation, I see this as something that began in ancient antiquity. It's kind of how we've become who we are. We've descended from ancestors who mixed between humans and otherworldly beings to create us, from above and beings from below. We are essentially a unique expression of God through a unique lens living a human experience. You, as a unique reflection of Source, are here to gather, collect, and process information and experiences, to share and integrate with the higher power source consistently. God sees through your unique lens and experiences and is able to love more and more. And this births more creation. Some humans were created to basically fill in the matrix. Sometimes this is known as worker humans. These are sometimes soulful people, and sometimes also soulless people, also known as non-player entities. They are NPCs if they are soulless. People with souls can still be NPC until they awaken their souls. Both types of humans can give love, share love, be good or bad guys and gals. We all are important to the whole, and we all have hard times. It doesn't matter. In this third dimension, there's separation, limitation, and lack. And for all of those that are here, some that are known as the chosen ones are people that choose to be the chosen ones. Typically, the people that choose to be chosen ones are soulful beings, humans with souls, who by choice choose to embark on a journey of remembrance and truth. The soulful chosen one, individual, by choice, is able to tap into their biospiritual ecology and find out all of this information themselves. The chosen one chooses to turn off the worship gene, chooses to not give into the slavery mindset matrix. The chosen one by choice chooses to walk with God. By God, the chosen one chooses to use their divine expression to create from an infinite source within their 0-point potential. We are here on earth to evolve our souls. God is order. We are here on earth to learn a lot of lessons, even hard lessons, painful lessons, and traumatic lessons. A lot of this hardship is predestined. We come into life with a life contract signed with guides and angels to help keep us on track with this contract. And sometimes within this contract, there can be disease that we are destined to have. There can be traumas that we are destined to have. You could say God's plan, or our plan from a higher perspective, was to incarnate into this plane here, to experience hardships and good lessons too. We are here to experience the love and joy that we can have here, in this third dimension and here on earth. I believe that we, as humans, are here to experience the high vibrational aspects of life and enjoy it, the joy, the love, the togetherness, the community, the health, the healing, the well-being. But however, there are laws of the universe that, especially here in the third dimension, we abide by. We live governed by the law of duality. Beings within the universe also understand the laws of sovereignty and energy. So you, the natural cyclical pattern of the human spirit. The natural pattern and way of the human spirit is cyclical. So when we drop into earth, we may be one sex one time and another sex another. We may be one race one time, another race another. We may follow one religion in one life and then follow a complete opposite religion in another life. In one life, we may have these archetypal patterns that are so important to our destiny. And in another life, we could be a whole different, expression of our soul, of God's soul. One life, you may be the villain or the foe. In the next life, you're the saint and the hero. These patterns help us to eventually stop judgment. They help us to evolve to a higher place of unconditional love, forgiveness, and community. Ultimately, all of these cycles and patterns, and hard times and good times, and evolution of our solar reincarnations here on Earth is all leading to more community, love, and peace among the diversity. We are here to take back our souls from just being a worker human race. Especially now in this great awakening, the collective is shifting to more awareness of the present moment, their power, how much society and systems have lied to us, and are now saying, my time is valuable and means the most. I no longer want to spend my valuable time working in this environment, doing this. Here we are, reclaiming our power back to us, now. The third dimensional earth plane is all about lessons. Sometimes this is known as karma. We can also incarnate into this earth plane here as guides in the fourth dimension. What is that about? Also lessons. Yes, even teachers and guides learn lessons from who they are guiding and teaching. You can also incarnate, I believe, into other worlds. Why? For more lessons, more expressions of God, more perspective and lenses of truth. You can also choose to incarnate after you've had a significant amount of evolution and enlightenment, to incarnate as what we would know as a volunteer. As a volunteer, you still don't get an easy walk. You know you will have to master energy just like everyone else. And that means experiencing difficulties. What is being a volunteer all about? The volunteer is here truly because of unconditional love for the planet Earth and its survival. Volunteers learn so many lessons but get ahead because they are more integrated and can feel whole. And yes, saints, martyrs, and good God-loving souls experience even those hard, painful lessons. We can imagine if you begin to see the hard times you've gone through from a perspective saying, maybe there is a higher power and purpose, or maybe me, before I even came to this earth, chose potentially this horrific event to go through for XYZ. It showed me my strength, it showed me my faith, it showed me that I can get through dark times. It empowered me, it healed me. I became an alchemist and can take on all things as a creator. So, I want you to begin to really think about this one word choice, meditation, and let this one word lead your spiritual development. When we think of the Christ consciousness, we think of the embodiment of unconditional love, energy mastery, bliss, the rise in awareness up the spine from the root to the crown chakra. This one knows they have a choice and a will as a creator. There are some souls. Now, when we have a physical death here in the earth plane, there are some souls who are usually, due to religion, afraid of the light, or believing that the light will burn them, or they're afraid that there's going to be this huge judgment. So what we see in the spiritual community is that even after death, there is a choice. So when we pass away in this third dimension in the physical body, a lot of people that even witness that with loved ones can see sometimes lighter energy being, right out of the body, zooming right out. So that soul is infinite and it continues on. So the souls that are afraid of the light sometimes get what will happen if they don't choose to go into the light, choose to do a life review, choose to potentially go on to be a guide or volunteer. So they, like in physics, they don't incarnate again and are vacuum packed and sucked right back into this third dimension here. They then go on to tend to attach to people as energy sources. Exorcisms are really any form of ceremonial clearing, but this is why I don't believe in exorcisms, because exorcising, forcefully and through fear and hate, try to cast a spirit off into forever hell and war. But it really just then carries on to another person in this third dimension. A lot of times, yes, it can clear a person, but where is the soul going? Not to hell, because hell is here. So we don't need these souls going from the spirit attachment to another soul, to another human or child or animal, place or thing. What we do when we have souls that are stuck here in the astral plane, in the fourth dimension, we help them to transform into a higher frequency. We help them to choose light, to get back to the other side and to get back into the cyclical pattern of the human, existence. Think about how many times you've made a wrong turn or made a mistake. We don't judge these souls, and we're not fear-based or hateful towards them. A lot of spirit attachments are our deceased relatives who are too afraid to cross over. So now this deceased relative that is a spirit attachment on a person is causing illness. It's causing disturbances. That soul still loves you, but that soul is confused. So we, as the empowered ones who know we are connected with God, and knowing that by choice, we should choose to help these lower souls to transform into heaven. So that's one of the laws of the universe, is that energy, it never dies. Energy may only transform. So, choose love. So, what do we do with negative energy? We transmute it, from low vibrations to high vibrations. Focus on transforming negativity into the fruits of the Spirit. God is Almighty. God is the Omega, the Alpha, the beginning and the end, all that is and is to come. The past, the present, and the future energies are all in your energy field right this moment. God is all that is, so God is you. God runs through you. God is the plant. God is the home. God is the grass. God is everything. We as humans are light beings. We run on a voltage, a frequency that people who are heightened and connected to their senses and have extrasensory perception can actually see this. A lot of us may not see but can feel or know that there is an energy field, an aura, and something bigger than us, connected to us at all times. Humans can have obsessions, and many find themselves lost in obsessions with religion or spirituality. Humans are obsessed with trying to find the answers to the deep etheric questions because it can heal us and brings us out of a state of confusion. When we're in clarity with our understanding of God, and we know that we are more of a light being than a physical being, we can have well-being and peace. We can have harmony. Your awareness is your power. If you are in the dark, how are you going to know the truth? Stop giving your power away, ditch the savior mindset, and tap into the Christ consciousness within you, within your heart. You have a 0-point connection. This is an etheric gateway into an infinite source that fuels the whole universe. It's right within you. If is the center point of your heart's electromagnetic field. The God of unconditional love is not going to cast you into hell, period. Align yourself with your highest truth. Align yourself with the God of unconditional love within you. Transform energy around you and throughout you. Balance your inner and outer worlds as one. God's plan is your plan from a higher perspective. A lot of times in this third dimension where there's separation, we can sometimes walk not according to what our true nature wants for us, or in other words, God's plan. Your integration and your congruency between your heart and your brain, your body, mind, and spirit is your key to all things, to prosperity and well-being. Think it, and you become it. Visualization is your sacred tool. If you think and intend and visualize and bring emotion to what you are thinking and feeling and knowing, you begin to birth creation. You are an infinite creator. You're here to create. Don't be afraid to do something new. Try something new, or create something new, because that's exactly why you're here uniquely. If you're ever feeling alone, you must remember that there's a lot in society and religion that says that God is outside of you. That's true. But God is within you, and God never leaves you. That fuels you. And so, when it comes to darkness or being afraid of the darkness or evilness, remember that the power within you, you can expand. You can surround yourself with this infinite God within you, and that's your biggest form of protection. When you know who God is and you know you're here as a creator, you create good things. Stay rooted and grounded and create beautifully and limitlessly. Create high vibrations, light beams. Please like, share, comment, and join my channel for more inspiring content. Like